Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you America's top foundational health coach, Dr. Joe D.
Hey there, I'm Dr. Jody Bear, your holistic nutritionist, practitioner, and health coach, Jody. As many of you know, we have been doing these broadcasts for 4 years. I'm so honored that you've been in our lives. You've been here to just go on this path with us. Life's milkshake moments. Life is like a milkshake. Choose your ingredients wisely, and when you do, your life will be oh so sweet. In all 6 pillars of health, starting with spiritual, then mental, emotional, physical, financial, and social. Without a doubt, I have been honored in my 5 decades of being a practitioner to bring over 1.1 million pounds in my 35,000 client patients to lose that toxic fat with only a 5% recidivism rate. Why? Because when you go to the root and the root cause, it's like pulling up a dandelion. You got the root, you've got the cause, you can be free. This is what this broadcast is about here tonight. I can truthfully say it's the power of one again. I just want to plug, and we're probably going to plug the amazing dream maker, Tony Doty, more than once. It's that power of one and that connect the dots that bring it all together. And our guest is one of a kind. I always say that sometimes we have a milkshake on these guests. Sometimes we've got the whipped cream, the sprinkles, the nuts, the cherry on top. But tonight, y'all, we have got the whole milkshake franchise. Without a doubt, this is the finest guest and the finest servant heart that I've had on this broadcast. I was thinking that when he got called away to go to Japan with his partners and this beautiful work he does across the globe, well, we won't be able to do our broadcast. Oh, no. He just got up to start his day this Friday in Japan with us. See, that's that piece that my partner, Dr. Jim Marinakis in the Healthopedia, says, that what we are doing here is to elevate and reframe the world in such a way. It's for the social, humanity, and health of our globe. That's what Sir Dr. Antoine Chavalle is doing right now over in Japan, right now where he is. And right now you can do the same. If I bounce up and down, this is an elongated broadcast because there is so much breadth and wealth of things to cover. His journey, his starting in France, and how he came to being this amazing, integrative, functional physician. And what he has done through humanity, his awards are absolutely numerous. That what I'm going to do is bring out a part of his resume every single commercial break. So what I'm going to tell you is buckle up, Buttercup. We are about to take off like none other, because what we do in this world, as Les Brown says, it is necessary for you to do what only you can do. Go about it as if your whole life depends on it, because at the end of the day, it does. We will hit all 6 pillars of humanity and wellness, true wellness. We will hit things about being patriotic, true awakened patriotism. And I tell you, you will come back with a dose, not only of Dr. Chavalle, but you're going to come away with a dose of empowerment for you. As I say, when you take care of you and your world first, the world around you is empowered forever. That's why I retired, sold my practice, and then unretired 6 weeks later. when the pandemic hit and my husband looked at me and he goes, Sugar, no one does what you do. But I gave him every excuse. I don't have a website. I don't have this. I don't have that. And then he said to me, see, if you're reluctant, oh, I can't make a difference. I can't do this. I can't. I gave the I can'ts. And my husband looked at me, those Paul Newman blue eyes, and said, no one does what you do. And the same is with you. No one does what you do. And then he said, when he was referring to Think and Grow Rich, when I get to the end of those alibis, there isn't 58. So I began to just do and do. And here we are, 428 episodes just on Life's Milkshake Moments. Ending this year, broadcasting the year 2025, we have come alive with White House physician, humanitarian, change maker, just all that and a bag of avocado chips, because I'm sure he doesn't eat them, and those bad carbs for sure, because that's just who he is, because it's in his being. Leo Buscaglia says in his quote, we are spiritual beings in a human experience. When I just have to say one other thing before our commercial break, and then I'll bring up with a proper introduction for Sir Dr. Antoine Chavalle. When I met him for the first time, if you go on Instagram, on Healthopedia 365, if you go on Healthopedia on Facebook, you'll see when I met him, I had my RFKJR head. It said, make America healthy again. When I finally met him in person, I was jumping up and down like a little kid, because it's that joy that he has. I'm going to use one of two French words that I know. Is his joie de vivre. It's his joy of life that is so infectious. But this is a good infection to get. Dr. Antoine will permeate your being in all 6 pillars of health. So let's give a shout out to our first sponsor, a change maker, a global change maker that's also in Asia right now, finishing up in Malaysia with her integrative school of business, her Money and You Accelerated School of Business, none other than Dame Doria Cordova of Money and You. I will tell you that the next Money and You in 2026 is January 19th. Mark your calendar. Great gift giving idea. Why? Because you can truly, truly make a difference. When your finances are okay, you can do that much more okay with your social framework. So let's take a look, take a feel, take a listen to the one and only Dame Doria Cordova of Money and You.
Money and You is the longest running entrepreneurial, experiential, transformational training in the world. And we have been impacting the lives of over 200,000 graduates from over 85 countries since 1979. I am Doria Cordova and I own Money and You. And I would like to invite you to join us to the next program, where you will have an opportunity to be with a group of people that will all be immersed in experiential games, where you have an opportunity to clear any blocks that you may have to really creating wealth and doing good. But at the same time, learn the business success model, which really immerses you into a conversation about leverage. Leverage is key in creating wealth and doing good. And we have the results to show that this program works. People like Tony Robbins, Robert Kiyosaki of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Ben Cohen of Ben and Jerry's, and many others have attended this program and changed their lives and created new industry and are some of the most well-known change makers in the world. Thank you. Aloha. Bye-bye.
Dame Doria Cordova, what we have here, when you get that discount code, I'm going to just put this up one more time, because we all like a sale, like a discount. You can get this through January 1st to get a little bit of a discount on. There's a reason why. It's the longest standing seminar of its kind. Thank you, Dame Doria, for sponsoring us here at Healthopedia Channel 365. We are going 365 now. Sir, Dr. Antoine Chavalle, Ph.D., not just one, but multiple. He is a hygio-physician. You're going to hear about this integrative medical physician and functional physician because he makes medicine work the true, getting down to the core way. Author, lecturer, international lecturer, just came back from Japan 2 weeks ago. Now he's over there again because they just love him. And we love him here on Healthopedia 365, researcher on cutting edge technology, practitioner, as I said. He loves this and is an advisor to the White House. He is with the White House as a staff physician. He is his executive office. He's been part of this with the president since 2001. I can say that he is the advisor and trusted advisor to White House employees and staff within the office of president. How you would like to get into that inside scoop, but you're going to hear the scoop. We're going to hear a little bit of his resume as we go because it is just vast, but it's because he believes in this quote. And I think it is important to bring this up before I bring up Sir Dr. Antoine. It's truly Buckminster Fuller, and he was the Dame Doria Cordova was the protege of Buckminster Fuller, who started the Money and You seminar. And the whole idea is to make the world work for 100% of humanity in the shortest possible of time through spontaneous cooperation without ecological offense or disadvantage to everyone. We just make it work when we do. So it is absolutely my honor, pleasure, delight, and just I'm bubbling over just like I was jumping up and down in Tony and Christina's house to welcome to life's milkshake moment, the whole franchise of a milkshake. For real, Sir Dr. Antoine Chavalle. Welcome, Dr. Antoine.
Hi, how are you? Thank you for having me on your beautiful podcast.
Oh, well, thank you for just being a beautiful guest as you're in Japan and you just make it work no matter where you go. I mean, to think that, and I'm going to bring your website up. It's very easy to remember, a-chevalier.com. So I love your story of starting out, my goodness gracious, starting out in a funeral home, helping your dad, and how you saw the fragility of life. And it's so beautiful how you went from dead bones to researching bones and anthropology at the Sorbonne, and then going ahead and being a part of living bones. So I think that's a good place to begin, don't you think?
Yeah. So at the Sorbonne, I studied international sustainable development, and it was minor in anthropology. I was born, in basically a funeral home. So my biological parents were undertakers, right? So after school, I had to help my dad, clean up, dead bodies and prepare the coffin and all of that. So I guess it was a strong incentive to focus on academic pursuit, in order to get out of hell, pretty much. So yeah, it was good. And just a quick thing, I'm not a medical doctor, okay? So I have a PhD in natural holistic medicine, and so the specialty is hydrophysician. But as I always say, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a healer, I'm just an assistant. I
You're an
believe that
assist-
the one that has the authority to heal you is your spirit. I'm just assisting.
you're assisting, and my crew on Doctor Talk, where we have our symposium once a month, I do make that error at times. I'm glad you corrected me. I will say, oh well, but it's true medicine. I'm very
Well,
partial.
and also this is for entertainment only, and I'm not suicidal.
Yes, yes. Entertainment only. You take what you as they do in 12 step, take what you leave and leave the rest. And Dr. Antoine, I can just say I have had so much fun preparing for this. I have brushed, flossed, coiffed. I even have my Chanel #5 cologne. I have my Louis Vuitton bag outside,
Oh.
and because of just who you are. So, you just don't decide that. Well, I'm going to the Sorbonne. Besides the
Well,
fact,
so here's the
oh,
thing: is like
smart,
dealing with death in a very early age, right? Made me realize more about life.
yes,
So then, very young, I had these very strong philosophical questions, in my heart. Like I really wanted answers, you know, and so it made me appreciate life more because death was like part of daily routine, and so I was much more focusing on life. So when you, it's like two sides of a same coin. So you're focusing on one side, then you discover there's another side. Now you're focusing on the coin. You're just focusing on the entire experience. So I do
yes,
believe in Pierre the Taylor, the Jesuit, who first said, you are not a human being having a spiritual experience. You're a spiritual being having a human experience. And then that has been the quote, which led me to where we are now. Now, it's of course it's a lot more complicated. There is a lot
yes.
more experiences that I had to go through in order to get where we are now. But the starting point, curiously enough, was this familiarity with death on a daily basis made me focus on life, and then made me focus on both sides, which is, like I said, both sides of the same coin. So I became very curious. I became very, very, very curious.
Yes, because the one percenters, those Mensa Spark people, are definitely curious. And I mean, even your PhD on when I was reading this, I'm going, well, there's a title for that. To think about it, international sustainable development. Well, that's not exactly. Well, I'm going to major in history.
So
But
here's the thing. What led me to this is I was very interested in mental health. Okay. And
mm,
then I realized that the Western medicine, they don't have it. So then I realized I had to get out of the Western world and study what indigenous people do for their own healing, right? And so the best way to do that was to put myself through a PhD in international development, so that would guarantee me traveling all over the world. And I have a minor in anthropology, so I can study indigenous people. So then after that, I was able to travel all over the world and study how indigenous people heal. So that was the agenda, if you want, or the real intention behind the PhD, really.
the purpose and the passion behind the other P with the PhD. Now there you've got so was that your first job, being in Zimbabwe? I mean that would
So I did, yeah. So the PhD at Sorbonne has a practical aspect. It was a kind of a professional PhD. It's one of the first, really, way back in the 90s, and then you have to do a thesis, and the thesis has to be in the field.
Mhm.
And so it's not like staying in a library, reading books and then writing. It's not. You have to be confronted to reality, and then you have to come up with real solutions for people. So I had to choose between Zimbabwe, Kenya, and India, and basically I chose Zimbabwe. Got the job, and there it was very information technology. Actually, I worked on geographical information system (GIS) and coupling with multi-agent system, which at the time, if you want, GIS it's a model, so it's computer software. You have a lot of them, but we used three of them. Arc-Info, MapInfo, etc. And then you can create a model of space with a geographical information system. You can geo-reference data. So whatever data is, could be natural resources, could be a road, could be a house, could be, it's all for land use plan and
Mm,
how to manage better natural resources. So I was using the GIS to create a model of space. Multi-agent system was very much ahead of its time at the time, and it's to create a model of time. So you couple both GIS and MAS, then you create a model, a computer model of time and space. So you can predict what your territory will look like if you don't have a land use plan. So
wow, so
we
it's
collect
like you
we,
can
we
see into
we
the future.
collected all of this, yeah, we collected all of this data from like 15 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, and now we geo-reference everything, put everything in the GIS, and with the multi-agent system you can create algorithm, and so you
Mm,
can actually then see the trends, or you can see, like for example, the population growth in certain area of your territory. So let's just say you're the governor of Florida, right? So
right.
you hire me as a consultant. I'll come to you. I'll say, sir, I need the data from the satellites, which is what I had. I had data from satellites at the time. I need aerial photos from airplane taking pictures. I use that. I would go in the field. Back then, we had this big box to geo reference with a
This
satellite
is in the
where
late
things
90s.
are.
I mean, this was like little drones flying
Yeah.
around. Wouldn't you
But
love to have?
wait, and here's the exciting part was we had to use tranquilizer gun and then shoot the elephant, and then put a collar like a necklace around the neck, and then
Uh-huh.
we put behind here a GPS box, so they cannot take it out. And that way, with the satellites, we're able to monitor where elephants were going. And why do we do this? Because during the
Wow.
dry season, there was a big conflict where I was working in the mid Zambezi Valley, north of Zimbabwe, close to the Zambezi River. The elephants, when it's dry season, they go nuts with the water. They put their trunk up and they can smell water like miles away. And when there
Mm,
is no water, they go crazy. They really need water. They consume a lot of water because they have
sure.
a big
But
body mass.
yeah, I was
So
going to
when they go, everything is dry. So they put the trunk up, and all of a sudden they can spot, let's just say, water like 10 miles away. They go crazy. They go straight, and nothing can stop them. They destroy everything. They destroy trees, things. And there is a farmer there with a crop. The elephant's gonna go straight through and destroy 6 months of work. And so the
wow.
farmers got mad, really mad. And at the time, Zimbabwe, where I was close to Mozambique and Malawi. And Mozambique just finished 14 years of civil war. So on the other side of the Zambezi, there was a lot of guns available, but they were very poor, no food. But on
Mhm.
the other side, on the Zimbabwe side, they had a lot of food, but no guns. So what they would do, they would trade food for guns. And then the Zimbabwean farmers with guns, we're talking like, full automatic machine guns really, started shooting elephants because they were
Oh,
tired of having elephants destroying their crops. But the elephants are protected by international law.
ooh,
So we came as a solution to have a tranquilizer gun, like a big one, and then we start shooting elephants, but to make them asleep, of course, not to kill them. And we
right.
put the collar around. We put the GPS here, so with their trunk, they can't really rip it up. They can't take it out. And then with a satellite, we realized they are using a corridor, and it's like a big on the map in the geographical information system. It's like a
Right.
rectangle, and then
Sure.
we came back to the farmers and say,
Don't
don't crop there.
don't plant there. And
Don't
guess
crop there. Yeah, exactly.
oh,
So that was
I
one aspect, but there were multiple aspects. We had a lot of fun doing that. But and so I was in back in the 90s, I was the first scientist in the world who
mm,
successfully created a model between geographical information system, multi-agent system, which is very information technology at the time, and it got published. We got published, and I remember I was in competition up against four teams. One was Australian team that was doing it. I think it was a German team at the time, and then another one from Scotland. I guess forgot a little bit, but they were working. One were working in Madagascar. The other one was working in Senegal, and then the other one was working in another part of Africa. But then it was a race basically on who is going to create the first model, and we won. My team and I won, and we published it. We published it. It was
That's great.
exciting. But
Oh,
my real passion, I also had a spiritual awakening there. I had a spiritual awakening there, that got me kind of away from technology, because I realized that technology is external, and I was always spiritual anyway. When I was young, I was psychic. I was fully psychic. I had to shut it down because it was so dark. But
and you
then
know,
I
this is let's take a quick commercial break because that's a nice place to go. Okay, from he published, he won because guess what? Dr. Chevalier is way more than a croissant. Move over, Germans and the Swiss and everybody. He won. So let's take a quick commercial break and then we'll talk about your spiritual awakening. Is that a plan? And this is certainly a nice time to plug executive coach Karen Rudolph of Tranquil Solutions, also in our movie, the manifestation film. Let's take a look, take a feel, and listen to Karen's heart.
Working with Karen for me has been invigorating. It has brought new joy and confidence in my abilities and confidence in sharing that with other people.
Karen Rudolph helps people break free from negative thought patterns and self-talk that keep them stuck. By becoming more aware of how we communicate with ourselves and others, we can let go of what holds us back. Much of this negativity stems from past experiences. When we heal those wounds, we can transform our thoughts, feelings, and even our physical health. Our bodies constantly send us signals, and by tuning into them, we can enhance our well-being. It's all about learning to talk to yourself in a kinder way, allowing you to show up more confidently in the world.
It's all about being free, being fearless within our authentic selves. And that's exactly who and what I do for my clients. So if you are interested in having a little bit of that, reach out.
And truly, Karen is one of a kind. She will be featured in our upcoming movie that will debut in LA. You'll be hearing a little more about this later on. And in knowing March 4th at the Quantum Spa in LA. So if you are looking for being a part of our broadcast, thank you for patrons. Thanks. You will be doing a big celebration in January for those of you that gave a little, gave a lot, just like we do in NPR. Anything that you make a donation to, you're making an investment with you and your health. So thank you in advance for doing this. And frankly, thank you for tuning in. And the comments are going wild here because we've got a wild guest, one of a kind, just like the Frenchman on the French stallion. I can see him moving like a Napoleon, just conquering this, that, and the other. Sir Dr. Antoine Chavalle, Ph.D., and absolute a physician where he assists a hydrophysician infuses so that you can heal yourself. Author and lecturer, but where we left off, here he was an award winner with this solution so the elephants and the farmers could live as one. And of course I said, move over, the French one, like Napoleon, that team won. And there's a lot of happy farmers and alive elephants because of your work. You just made a difference. And in that, Dr. Antoine, you were saying that you had a spiritual awakening. I'm sure when you can see a long-lasting solution. So tell us about this awakening that you had.
Well, I remember it was very, very, very heavy in meditation. Like I really was practicing meditation fairly young age, like around 16 or 17 years old. And then in my early 20s and mid 20s, when I had time, I remember during my research, for example, in Zimbabwe, I would wake up at like 3 or 4 a.m. and I would meditate for like 4 or 5 hours. Then I would start going to the lab, do the research, and I would take a lunch break in a botanical. I was living like a monk, really, in the botanical garden. And then after working on the project, I was working on my thesis, and then I was meditating again before sleeping, etc. So um, I've been very, always very strong in meditation, really. And at one point, I manifested a friend in south of France. So before I went to Zimbabwe for the field research, they prepared me in Paris and in south of France. In south of France, I met this wonderful friend from Thailand, and turns out she was a Buddhist monk. And so she went straight. It was kind of a funny story. She went straight to me, and then she was at the cafeteria, for lunch, and she goes, What is your name?" I said, "Oh, my name is Antoine. How are you? What's your name?" Her name was Tipawal. And then she goes, "I think you should meditate." I'm like, "What?" So I was not
Right,
very,
very. I think you should
like,
meditate. That's interesting.
do we know each other or something? She goes, "No, no, no." And then when you were 4 years old, this happened to you. When you're just looking in my eyes, she goes, "Oh, when you were 4 years old, this happened to you. When you're 6 years old, this happened. You're 7 years old, this happened to you. When 9 years old, this happened to you." Everything was right. I
Spot
mean,
on. A
so I
seer.
was like, "Oh, I'm gonna listen to you." So then I remember she gave me this. It was really challenging times for me at the time. And then she gave me this very old Taoist meditation technique. So it
Mm.
was not even Buddhist, it was Taoist, and really helped me. I mean, a lot. So then I started seeing the benefits of meditation, like it's real. Then she invited me in Thailand, at the monastery, the monk, Buddhist monk, basically. And when I was in Zimbabwe, I told my boss I need a break from the PhD because it was getting. I had the spiritual awakening, and it was like
I've got
starting to.
meditation to do. I need to. I
Yeah,
need to wake up.
exactly. I said sorry, but it's a long-term project anyway. I can give me 5 months. And he looked at me like I was losing my mind, like you must be crazy. But there's nothing he could not say no because I got the job done. We had the first model, so he was very, very happy. And then we're the first team in the world to create the model between GIS and multi-agent systems. So it was like, okay, you didn't
You
want
were
me to be
so
he
first
didn't
place.
want, let's just put it that way. He didn't want me to be unhappy. He wanted me to be happy and keep going. So I went from Zimbabwe to Thailand, and then I became a Buddhist monk for 5 months there in
Mm,
Chiang Mai. Chiang
mm.
Mai. Yeah, and that was amazing. That was really amazing experience. They welcomed me like one of them. They didn't see me as a white guy at all. If they could see
It's
my
like,
past life anyway, they were like, it was magical. I mean, it was unbelievable. I had such a profound awakening there, and I had more answers because I had a lot of questions, and they were able to answer some of the questions, but not all of them. Then after 5 months, they said, you're not supposed to stay in the monastery. You're supposed to go back in the world and make a difference. Because you know that, right? I
well,
said,
there
no.
you
I personally, I wanted to stay. I wanted to stay there,
go. First,
but they say, no, 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 not in this lifetime. You need to
that
go in
cloister,
the you
that
need to go back
cloister.
in the world and make a difference. Say, okay, what is, and what is my path, whatever. Yeah, it will come to you. They're like, you'll know what to do. Just, you need to go.
Well,
So
and
then I went back and, finished the PhD, and then, I met another friend there, an American woman, and then we became close, of course, and then I decided to
that does
move to the
happen with
US.
that does kind of happen with women. Yes,
Right,
women and men.
and
But
then I
I want,
decided
I want
it
to
was
digress. I want
it
to
was
digress.
this kind of soul spirit recognition. It was like almost like soulmate thing. You know what I mean? It was very strong. So I ended
Because
up. That's how I ended up in the U.S. by the way, in
Because
Washington, D.C.
from Thailand to the US, from France to Zimbabwe to Thailand, let's just
Right.
bring this and package this together. And for those of you, you've heard me talk about meditation. You know that it's in my 10 rituals. You know that you've seen pictures when Dr. Jim and I were in Crete. You know, we were on the mat more than we were when anything else. But and that's why you look 20 years old, because as I've always taught everybody, for every 20 minutes of meditation, it's like 8 hours of sleep. See, 5 hours of meditation, you didn't even need sleep. So that's that deep, soulful work. No wonder, Dr. Antoine, you found your soulmate. And so how was that with your journey? Did you meet her in the US? Did you meet her in Thailand? Where did you meet?
No, I met her in Zimbabwe, and then she was working the World Bank at the time, and I was working in international development also. But then we both realized how corrupted the industry was. We started to get disillusioned, and she was already on the path of alternative healing. And then I realized, I don't want to work for a corporation anymore. I want to work for myself. I want to make a difference directly in people's lives. And
Yes.
then she was already on the path. So I just, but we had this very strong connection. And so then I decided, you know what, I'm going to go with her and start over and in the United States. And I did. I followed her because, I thought she was the one. And so we started. And then we very quickly, and she was located in Washington, D.C. So then I went from Zimbabwe, finished the PhD, went to France, did what I had to do there, and then went back to the US, and then went to the US and be with her. That was in 1999.
Well, that was, you and Prince, that was, like you started partying with your meditation like it was 1999. I mean, it was just that song by Prince. You just weren't gonna give it up. And when I was thinking, really want to honor you. You follow when you saw that she was your soulmate, and what you thought was your soulmate, and it felt at that time, that what did you do? You followed her.
Well, it was a
You
big
believed.
difference. It was a
Yeah.
big decision
Oh
because
yeah.
the monk told me that too. They said you have to follow your heart. Don't follow your ego. And sure enough, they were right. And it was a big decision because you have to imagine giving up a PhD from Sorbonne and a very exciting career. It's like giving up a PhD in Harvard,
Oh,
and they were guaranteeing me at the time 128,000 euros to start, which I don't know if you know, but at the time that was a
that's
huge
huge.
salary. It's
Huge.
huge. And so, but I had to follow my heart, and I did. I did. I did. I'm glad I did. It was not easy, though. I do have to say, it was not easy. Okay. It's
No.
not easy to transition from one career to another. It's not easy to transition from one continent to another. It's not easy to transition from one culture to another. It's not easy to do that thing. It's not. Okay. So, but we did, we did. And so now here we are.
And in DC, but he's in Japan, and he will always be a social healer of the world. But I'm reminded of my coach and the infamous Les Brown when he says, "Do what is hard, and your life will be easy. Do what is easy, and your life will be hard." So you
That's true.
choose the hard, and it worked out. And if you
Yeah.
want to find Dr. Antoine, you really can't find him on social media. I just want to throw this into the spiritual realm, because you don't need a whole lot of anything when you go to Instagram. And he does have an Instagram account, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, but he has one post. Why? Because he was awarded the change maker of the century. What can I say? When you talk about be the change that you want to see in the world, that's when you followed your heart. That's when you did what you did there. And this is a little bit further along, but to think that meeting the Dalai Lama
Yeah.
after, it's like your reward
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
doing the hard, and your life will be easy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I mean, a historical encounter. I mean, and so your spirit man and your health humanitarian ended up being one. How was that meeting him?
It was surreal. I mean, it was in 2018 in
Yes.
November. And then I remember I was in Japan and I was invited. And from Japan, I flew to India, and then I met my friends there. They said, "Wait, let's go, let's just do it and see what happens." So I did a meditation. I heard a yes, so I went there, and it was very dangerous, to be honest. India at the time was, I mean, you could be killed like on the road, they're on the traffic very easily. I mean, we almost died. I mean, I almost died at least 7 times in 8 days. It was crazy. Yeah,
Oh,
it was insane.
how was your
I
trip?
know.
Days. I just almost died once a day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was just unbelievable. And we were Lucknow, the town Lucknow, and then we met the Dalai Lama there. So the wild thing that happened was right before he was about to go in the tent, with like 200,000 people in there. So
Mhm.
a big tent.
Big tent.
He would greet the foreigners first, people who travel
Oh,
from outside of India to meet him. So you have people with guns around him, to protect him. So you have like soldiers everywhere with guns. And then the first group was the group of Germany. So he would walk to the people, and he will always choose to walk toward the children. And then he doesn't talk. He just walk toward the German children, and then turn around and take a photo with him and the kids for the German people. And then he get out, and then there is the people from France. So he walks to the French group, same thing. Doesn't talk, goes, sees the kids, turn around, take a picture, get out, goes to the people from Spain, people from Japan, people from Canada, etc. And then he comes to us, people from the US. So instead of going toward the kids, we locked each other's eyes. It was like unbelievable. So we looked at each other. He looked at me, I looked at him, I smiled. He just looked at me, and then he went like
oh,
it was straight, but it was like uh I was not expecting this. It was like strong. It was almost like a magnet, like bang, like this. And then he turned around. It
manifestation
is. It
magnet.
was like right in front of me, and then he says
Right.
this huge smile. And then we have that picture. It's on the video. And then he turned around and he starts talking to me. And everybody was like, and the guards with the guns, they were like, "What is going on?" They freaked out,
I'm
because
sure they did.
I'm not a child. I'm a fully grown man, so
Yeah.
they're thinking, I can attack him or something. So they were like, they grabbed the guns, and they were ready to, because he's not with children, and he started talking, which is very unusual, right? So then
Mm,
he just looks at me. He goes, we are 6-7 billion humans, right? I say, yes, sir. He goes, different nations, different languages, but we are all brothers and sisters. I was like,
mm.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. He goes,
Yes, sir.
oh, and then we have three. You have two eyes, and then you had a third eye, and then bang, he's touching me like right there on the third eye, but hard. Like the
Yeah, you
touch
feel it.
was
Yes.
no. It was not a 82-year-old man touch, because he's old. I mean, he was old at the time, like very frail physically, but his energy is not
Girl.
old at all. He came and he was like hit, like he really hit my forehead strong. And I was shocked, I didn't know what to say. And then he looked at me, and then he starts smiling, like that. And then
Oh,
he goes, huh? And then, ah, and then he slaps my shoulder, like, like that's like, huh? Like this. And very strong, very, very strong, like a strong slap on the shoulder. And then he walks away with a smile like a kid who just did a trick or something. And we have everything on video, it's on YouTube. And
this
after
okay.
that, after
Mhm.
that, I had a 24-hour headache. I mean, I could
Oh,
barely, I don't know what he did, but I could barely, like, I mean, it was really strong. And
energy.
then after that, when I do my meditation now, it's like super clear.
Oh, he
So
gave
it
you the
did.
third eye. So what we have up on the screen, ladies and gentlemen, take a screenshot of this. This is the Dalai Lama. This is the YouTube video, so you can see this and this and because in my personal opinion, which everyone has one, it's kind of like the behind hole that we're sitting on, Antoine. Okay, this is just Antoine and Jody talking, but guess what? I know he saw the childlike grace inside of you and he just wanted it to come to fruition. It was really your beingness of going and think about what you had been through. You chose what is hard and your life became easy.
Well,
Yes,
after that, people,
all the meditation.
yeah, after
All
that,
that.
people were like shocked. They were like, "What's going on?" Because he's never done. I didn't know that, but he's never done that. So then some of his people came and started talking to me. I said, "What? Who are you? What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm an alternative, healer and hydrophysician, and I do spiritual healing also." They're like, "You do spiritual healing? Oh no, what kind of spiritual healing do you do?" So we do spiritual cognitive healing, and I work with homeless, suicidal, PTSD, drug addict veterans for free. I heal them for free. I assist their healing for free. I don't heal them, I assist them. And I also work with sex trafficking survivors. There's a nonprofit. They were like, "Oh, okay." So this in their mind that started to make sense. I said,
That
"What do you
he
want to do? You want to collaborate with the nonprofit of the Dalai Lama?" Absolutely, yes, absolutely, yeah, yeah,
sign,
yeah, yeah,
sign me
yeah.
up. And
So,
what a beautiful place to take our next commercial break where we can go into when you can serve the underserved. Renee and Michael
right.
Brown of Medical Mindshare, an integrative medical practice where they do exactly this: the whole body, mind and body, because they have a spiritual connection. Medical Mindshare.
From the well-known brands of Next Level Recovery and Sober Living Properties, Michael and Renee Brown present Medical Mindshare. Medical Mindshare has been designed to deliver integrative care and precision medicine throughout the community. Discover a more personalized path to wellness. Some people might ask, why is integrative care up and coming medically? Our answer is that integrative care can be tailored to your specific needs and goals. Integrative care considers mindfulness as a modality and many other alternative therapies amongst traditional medicine. Another feature of Medical Mindshare is enhanced recovery and rapid healing. It's always at the forefront of our minds so that you can experience accelerated healing and a reduction of symptoms. Contact us today to schedule a consultation.
Boy, and Renee and Michael Brown do such an important work for the underserved community to really, as I said, that's true medicine. It's true healing when you find the inner healer of yourself. We are miracle making machines. We can and will heal ourselves because we are the miracle. And you just proved that, Dr. Antoine, by being this miracle. If you just joined us, we have the auspicious and just great honor of having the Milkshake Man himself, the whole franchise, Dr. Antoine Chavalle, Sir Dr. Antoine Chavalle, Ph.D. and hydrophysician. And we just left off where he was talking about what he does for suicide, concussion, and just helping people heal themselves. What a beautiful segue. So let's just begin and talking about this miracle making machine, can we?
Yes. So that's what got me the award, like a lot of awards, really. Being able to help homeless veterans to be basically in hell, suffering from PTSD, drug addiction, suicidal ideation, chronic depression, and chronic pain, insomnia. and not only eliminating all of that, but also getting them out of homelessness. And now that has never been done before. And so in 2023, I got nominated as one of the top 100 doctors in the world.
Okay, so
And
time out. Time out. This is a beautiful way because I want to. We had the Dalai Lama in 2018. We know that there was an award of being the nominated and getting the award for a lifetime achievement award by the president. We got that, Dr. Antoine, in the same year. Then
right,
thinking about what you did for veterans, just that servant heart, when you got from the Dalai Lama, that it went into even accelerated your servant heart, being now a part of the Marine Corps. And think about it, you're 100%
right,
and 1,000,000% U.S. citizen, but
right.
you're on the
So
White House staff, being there, being honored as a Marine Corps, not only just a Marine, but a Marine Corps officer.
right.
Congratulations. That's just, those awards are just astounding.
So I believe in the U.S. Constitution. I'm a patriot. An American citizen, and I believe America, the U.S., successfully defeated, the big evil in the world. And from Europe, I'm from Europe originally, as you know, I'm from France, but I have tremendous love and tremendous respect for the U.S. Constitution and U.S. people. And it's an honor that the Creator put me in the situation, being able to assist people at the White House staff to help this country, the US, that I cherish and I adore. So, why the veterans? Well, because they are the first defenders of our Constitution. These people, I have a soft space in my heart for these people. The military, US military veterans are very important for me. And so, and also sex trafficking survivors, kids who are being raped and, exploited sexually. That's also an evil that has to be defeated. But the veterans is extremely important. I always say World War One was because of the Europeans. World War Two is because of the Europeans and Imperial Japan. And since the US took world leadership, we haven't had a world war.
Amen.
But that's 80 years ago. For 80 years, after the world has been able to enjoy no world war. Yes, we had regional wars, okay, but no world war. I believe it's because
Yes.
it's we the people.
We, the people, it's a constitution. And thinking about it,
Yeah.
they talk about the war on suicide. That is a war. I mean, what is it? Every 20 minutes, a former soldier commits suicide?
No, the official statistics, okay, is 20 to 25 veterans commit suicide every day. So why the U.S. Marine gave me the honorary U.S. Marine Corps officer by the Colonel Tom Holterick? Because a lot of these homeless vets are Marines. A lot of them are, and that's because Fallujah in Iraq in 2003. That was the bloodiest battle since Vietnam.
Yes.
And a lot of them came back and really dysfunctional. And as you know, the system is broken here in this country, unfortunately. So, but it was unacceptable for me. So I really took, and I paid everything with my own dime. I didn't raise any money for that. So now I can raise money. If we want to go to the higher level, I have a nonprofit, a private membership association, so I can accept donations. But I enjoy my freedom in the U.S. I enjoy freedom of choice. I enjoy my because of them. And so the minimum I can do is to give back and help these beautiful U.S. Marines, and other military veterans too. But the reality is that as U.S. Marines, a lot of them are homeless vets, and so the statistics also, I don't believe it's true. It's more than that.
Oh,
I mean, at one point, I was in Los Angeles at one point. Okay, that was like before COVID. I was right about to start working with a medical doctor there in Los Angeles, in one of the worst neighborhood, super dangerous, and he had a functional MRI there, which is surreal. So I was interested in that because I have to do research and publication. To be
yeah,
scientific.
publication. Yeah, you are a publication kind of guy.
Yeah, I published multiple times in multiple journals, peer-reviewed scientific journals, on concussion, mental health, schizophrenia, even a serial killer that I helped and successfully treated
Okay,
for
I'm going to put this up.
criminal.
Hold on just a second here, because you're on such a roll. I only interrupt because I interject because it's something that I want everyone to experience. You. This is the other YouTube video on concussion. I mean, this is part of your protocol. Not only do you publish, but then you work, and then you do education in the masses. So I wanted to get
Yeah,
that up. So
yeah.
take a
Thank you.
screenshot of that, ladies and gentlemen, and pass this on to somebody that you don't have to live your life on the verge of catastrophe and think about it. It's like suicide, and you don't have to live with the outstanding. And for someone who has had multiple concussions myself, it's a real deal. It is not a fun gig, and you helped on both sides. So continue on. And you were over in Los Angeles. You were doing this work in a dangerous neighborhood. Now pick up where you left off.
Yeah, yeah. So then, and that day we already had 17 homeless vets committing suicide in one day.
Just right
That,
there.
just that. So it's more than 25 per day. Number
Mhm.
one. Number two, there's a lot homeless vets are not being accounted. So that's why the statistics I think is wrong. I think we lose more veterans than we think. That is being said. But the thing is, yeah, thank you for pointing the concussion piece, because I realized that every single veteran I treated has a form of TBI, traumatic brain injury. So whether it's a veteran who actually was in action, meaning served out overseas and during combat and got injured, but even during training,
Mhm.
every single one, even veterans who didn't go into combat, has a form of traumatic brain injury. So I trade. Of course, I also traded hockey players and football players and MMA, mixed martial arts. Very successfully, no problem. Okay, but the thing is, why that came in the picture is suicidal ideation. In my view, has can be one of the root cause for suicidal ideation is concussion. Concussion leads to suicidal ideation. It changes the brain chemistry. Then you end up mood swings. And you can't control your emotions. They end up being chronically depressed, and some of them take their lives. Like the football player,
It
the
escalates.
football player, yeah, in San Diego, the football player, if I remember his name, Bo, I forgot his name, but and he has a nonprofit on his name to raise awareness among football players who are committing suicide. There's a lot of them that commit suicide. So the other cause for suicide is, of course, emotional trauma, sexual trauma, physical trauma, etc. But traumatic brain injury is a cause for suicide. So that's why it's on the map. And I treat veterans. I treat veterans with TBI. And I use very safe. I use electrical acupuncture without needles. So it's safe. It doesn't hurt. There's no needles. It's just two little machines. The protocols are really working. It's really good. It helps a lot of people.
So you know what we have to do right now? Sir Dr. Antoine Chavalle, Ph.D., with us, truly, truly a one-of-a-kind change maker to create the social health of humanity. We need to do a Tony Doty routine and I will post this so it has there we go. Come on in close. We got to do this one. Okay. It's just, this is like, we're like family, aren't we? And then we're going to do the one with the Dalai Lama. Let's do this. So we have both. Now we can go on, because these two things are just these two YouTube, who, like I said, no wonder you don't need to have more than one entry in in your social media account. So and what you've done with this is
So if I may, that paper, the concussion paper that's been
yes,
published in a peer-reviewed scientific journal, is on the NIH.gov website. So if you actually Google my name and NIH, National Institute for Health, that paper should come up.
that's
And Yeah.
I as in N as in Nancy, I-H. That is the real deal. That is Robert F. Kennedy Jr. This is, the secretary. This is congratulations. That's not like you just wrote for the little neighborhood magazine. Congratulations. That's
Right.
huge.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. They took the paper without telling me and put it on their websites, which is very good. So.
Well, and I guess that when you're the NIH, they can go ahead and do what they want to do, and you're just fine with it. So
Yeah, and there's another story about this movie. Just keep moving.
yes, I'm sure. So Dr. Antoine, we know about the war on suicide. That is just amazing because you are amazing. This is I feel
Thank
like
you.
I'm taking. Have you read the book from Dr. Seuss? Oh, the places you'll go. I feel like we're going through the Dr. Seuss, but the places you'll go. Oh, and then he was just waiting for the sun to come. Oh, waiting for some monk from a Buddhist monk to come into his life in Thailand and bring him the spiritual waking, waiting for his soulmate that he ends
So
up
it's the thing. So
being.
the other thing that people should know is I'm a Christian. I'm a Gnostic
Yes,
minister. So
yes,
I'm a minister. Okay, from Universal Life Church, so Universalist and Unitarian, even Universalist. But my faith is Gnostic.
yes,
Okay.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
So from
Nice
from the Cat-
from the
from the Qatar in south of
yes,
France, and
yes.
the Qatar were Christian Gnostics. They were called the good Christians. So that has to be said. Okay. And I'm a minister for that. Okay.
And
Since
you
since
are
2012. Since 2012.
because you're ministering to us right now, Dr. Antoine, and I feel you from the time that like Tony and Christina said, well, nobody else was in the room. Christina just kept feeding us pasta and wine, and we just it that amazing connection because you have that amazing energy. You just that focus and purpose and passion, which brings us to that piece of being such a patriot.
Yeah.
I mean the thing about being a global influencer. I just want to throw this out for whatever you want to do. Then we'll and we're going to do this in 2 parts. But I want to get started on this because this is such a connecting the dots. I'm just going to throw this question out here, and we're going to have some fun with it. Okay?
Okay.
Who, Sir Dr. Antoine Chavalle, who really owns us?
I would say the banks,
Yeah.
and then also who control the banks? I would say BlackRock, and then BlackRock. Who owns BlackRock? I would say Vanguard, and then who owns Vanguard? So if you look
Yeah.
online, Vanguard, they don't disclose. They don't say who owns Vanguard. They keep it a secret. But
Mhm.
if you do the math, it's only trillionaires who can own Vanguard. And who are the trillionaires in the world? Well, we know.
Yes.
So, okay.
So
So yeah, it's a big network. It's a club, and it's interesting on how people are waking up right now. There's a lot of people waking up to that, because the U.S. is different. We don't have a king or queen. We believe in the Constitution. It's a American Revolution, which and then right after was the French Revolution, which also no more king and queen. The people, reclaiming their sovereignty, reclaiming their freedom, the Bill of Rights, the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, etc. This is extremely important for humanity. So we need to go back to the basic, in my view, go back to the foundation of this country and spread it out all over the world. I mean, I really believe that it's a very interesting time to live, actually. I think
yes.
yes, we've seen things I've never seen before, ever. So
No, it's that fifth dimension living. It is like, and there's so much more there. I want to come back to going back since this is Healthopedia 365, which is every single day of the week of the world. That to bring into that, we hit on concussion, we certainly, which is no pun intended, but the veterans, the war on suicide, and you can reach out to Dr. Antoine Chavalle. This is his main website, but I want to come back to this after our next commercial break, because it's ChavallePulse.com, because this is just like the French Revolution, like the American Revolution. What you've got here with this is a revolution in health unto itself. And I think that is a beautiful way. Let's just take a quick break so we can go and hear from Kevin Lucas. How, Dr. Antoine, I didn't even put these in any kind of random order, but the creator of all knew which order they were. This Kevin Lucas of New Hope Regeneration is just your kind of guy all over the United States. And guess what? He started in massage. So let's take a look, take a feel, and see what New Hope Regeneration can bring to you.
Hope and restoration really are ingrained in us. We're designed, it's literally in our DNA. The ability to have the body heal and have the mind and the soul, all these things are important. But what I believe my path is, and the way that I help people with that process, is that I specialize in the physiological aspect. So for 20 years in my private practice as a board certified structural integrator, I thought I was helping people restore their bodies, but I realized I was helping them manage their decline. The restoration of families is significant. I can't tell you how many times I would have a mom in tears in my office because she couldn't get on the floor and play with her kids. I would have a dad who couldn't go on a hike or throw a ball with his son or his daughter. It's really, when you ask people, what's the biggest problem here? My back pain hurts. Okay, if you didn't have back pain, what would you do? Then we get the list of, my wife and I could go on a motorcycle ride. We could go camping. I could go play soccer with my son. I could, whatever it happens to be. Now we're in a situation where a person can receive these amazing infinity cells. The body can use those cells for what it knows it needs to do. Our clients are able to receive the most simple thing that I have ever seen in all of healthcare, and they're able to get their life back at a level that many people would say was impossible. And quite frankly, until 5 years ago, I would have also told you that was impossible, because we never see it. And now we see it all over the country, hundreds of times a day, thousands of times a year. And now I've observed this process over 125,000 times. I just almost don't have words to know, after I've seen it so many times, what kind of hope people can get back in their lives. If we can help your body do what it's naturally designed to do, which is to regenerate and restore and heal, you can then begin to do so many other things that you didn't think you were ever going to be able to do. And that really is why, I'm so obsessed with what we're doing.
Kevin Lucas, with a vision and a mission, 29 offices throughout the country. I can truthfully say he has made a difference with the neck resume that I have. I can truthfully say that I'm a product of the product, because it's that integrative, it's from the ground on up. And that's looking at what you have. I can hardly wait until we are physically together again, so I get to be a part of this Chavalle Pulse. Amazing place. Let's just talk about PEMF. M as in magnificent, like you, and F and P is it's perfect, and it's electric, just like your personality. If you just joined us, we are with Sir Dr. Antoine Chavalle, Ph.D., hydrophysician. We're going to get into what in the world is a hydrophysician. I guess I did something right. I took a shower today, so that was the start. But just tell us what PEMF is, and what is using these low frequency electromagnetics, and what it does to assist your body in healing itself.
So first, people need to know that what I offer is personalized medicine. So personalized medicine, in other words, I take time. I take the time to get to know you. So I don't assist. I don't focus on the disease. I assist the person. So in order to understand the situation, I need to understand the person. So I do have a scan, and at distance I can scan you, and I'm gonna have 200-page report about your health, a lot of data. And then we're gonna have an interview. Then through the interview, I'll pick up some data here and there. Then I usually ask for your medical record and your medical history. And we crush the numbers and do an analysis. And everything is personalized. So it's a personalized, comprehensive, holistic, integrative, functional medical model. And then in that approach, once we have a very complete picture of what's going on with you, so the model cannot be scaled up, you know. So I'm not afraid to big pharma because it takes too long to take care of one person. And
Oh,
so there's no way we can just, you know, and it would take forever to train someone to do what I do. So, you know, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to big pharma at all. But what's going on is we take the time,
you did
and
you
then
just catch that with the French? I'm not afraid of big pharma. You just get
I'm
it in.
not, I'm not, I'm not a threat. I'm not a threat to big
You're not a
pharma.
threat. You're not a threat. You're not a
No.
threat for big pharma. The way you say that, it just rolls off like your beautiful French accent. I just had to throw that out because it's beautiful. It's beautiful that you're not
Yeah.
a threat.
No, I'm not. And so that's beautiful. Yes. And then we it takes a long time. And then based on that assessment, you know, quote unquote assessment, then we can assist and suggest, you know, a variety of different things that we can do. You know, and now everything is holistic. There's no side effects. It's non-invasive. We can do from nutritional counseling to electrical acupuncture without needles to cognitive therapy to pulse electrical magnetic frequency device to biophotonic light technology. And then we can use herbs, also personalized herbal remedies that
Mhm.
we can do for you, and we can do personalized heavy metal detox, personalized parasites detox,
Personally.
personalized fungi detox, personalized mold detox. You know, that's usually the big four. And so we address it's a holistic approach. It's a personalized approach. It's comprehensive, it's integrative, and it's functional. And we're working with your spirit, your mind, and your body, and everything has to be aligned. And with why we're taking the
Spiritual,
time,
functional, inspirational, and just I'm going to say, and you put this all together, it works.
it
Because
works. Yeah.
energetically, I just have to throw this in because many of you know that I've had this situation with my home, and it keeps reoccurring, this mold thing. And Dr. Antoine, just because of your energy, and when we were talking about doing this broadcast, whatever, I turned the corner on this latest cleaning. So don't even think that you just need to go and fly to Japan to get this. You never know what a phone call will do if it's energetically, because he got the hit, he got the dot and the hit. You never know what's going to happen from there. True or true? Thank you.
True. True.
Thank you. Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. It's my pleasure, my honor, really. And so yeah, we do a lot of good like this, you know, and it got us all over the world. So we work a lot in the US, Canada, Japan, and then usually in Western Europe usually. And then I went to Dubai. Actually, I went to Dubai also to work there
And
once.
the next time we're going to Dubai together because we had
Yeah,
fun. So this is, you hear so much about cellular function. I mean,
yeah,
it's got to go, as I call it, to the brains of the cell, that mighty mitochondria. So
right, right.
you're enhancing the circulation to go into. Give us an example of how that really works, because
Well, what the best book really for this is that I would suggest is written by Robert Baker called the Electric Book. Your body is electric. Your body is electric by Robert Baker. Robert Baker. Becker. I mean that's really the best book. And then the other person,
what's the
it's
name
all
of
mitochondria. Mitochondria is the key. You know,
what
mitochondria.
is
And
the name of the title of that book again? Please.
Your body is electric.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is electric. And
And then the other expert that I can refer to people to is Dr. Jack Kruse. Dr. Jack Kruse with a Kruze. He's on X and he's posting a lot. So that man is a real expert, you know. And
his
so
first name is what?
Jack.
Jack. I thought it was easy, something like Jack, because typing and listening, you Cruz.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. There we be, because and can I just give you another kudo because I feel like it. I just have to give you another kudo because physicians, healers that want to stay in their own little box. I had one the other day. She says, "Oh, but I've been practicing for 13 years." I'm going, "Well, I've been practicing for 49." She wasn't open. See, you being so out there and what you're doing, you are out there. You believe in abundance. You believe in alignment. You believe that we need to make the world aware. Just by giving this name, he's posting a lot on X because you are totally service driven. So I just had to say that for what it's
I absolutely. I think there's no time for ego trip anymore.
No.
People are dying. People are getting slaughtered. People are getting sick. People are, you need. And the other thing that, Dr. Jack Kruse is a very, very important person to follow. I mean, again, Jack, Jack Kruse, Kruze. And that man is very important. He's a very important person in my field, and he knows all about the mitochondria and all of that. So I would refer the people to him definitely. The other thing, it's a spiritual warfare.
Yes, it is.
We are up against powers and dominions, and
And principalities, and it's
municipalities. It's an
not gonna.
invisible world.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's an invisible world. It's very difficult. Um, but more and more people are waking up to that. People realize. People are waking up to that.
And how beautiful, because once you wake up, it's not like you can't go to sleep about that. You are awake. This is
You can go, you just can't go back.
no, you can't go
Yeah.
back no more than as I said a while ago. I'm just going to throw it out. Like, you can't put manure back in a cow. That's my Montana thing. You can't, folks.
No.
When it's out, it's out. It's made. It's cow pie, and you just got to live with it. And it's just there. And really, there's a cow pie in a lot of medicine and a lot of what awareness and what being a true patriot is. There's a lot of cow pies out there now, isn't there?
Right. So there's a very good interview that I would suggest people, to go on Danny Jones. Danny Jones, Danny, and Jones, Jones, right?
Easy.
And Dr. Jack Kruse is on his podcast, and he gave 2 interviews. One just him, and then another one with him and Dr. Mary Bowden with Mr. Kelly Means.
Yes.
And that interview, people need to watch that.
Yes, Dr. Kelly Means. I mean, she.
No, he's not. So they're brother and sister. Kelly Means is a lobbyist. He's not a doctor, but his sister is the doctor, Casey Means, and she's a surgeon general. So if you want to know why she's a surgeon general, watch the interview with Dr. Jack Kruse on Danny Jones with Kelly Means, her brother. You will understand why.
And my goodness, you talk about something that was made in heaven. Say, Casey, and you said that they're twins. My goodness, in the same family, having that kind of power. My goodness gracious.
So you need to understand where that power comes from. Who do they really work for?
Yes, because and when you know the source, whether it's disease or what is really been being manipulated, whether it's an AK-47 or this is a a a war without guns. We just have to be aware. But I want to come back to something that we just kind of glossed over. We said, well, Sir Dr. Antoine, tell us about how this knighting came up, how you ended up being a knight.
Yeah, I was invited to be knighted, and because of merit. So people, that's very important to make the distinction, because of the humanitarian effort and the work I've done for homeless veterans and sex trafficking survivors. Um, I was invited to be knighted. So it's got knighted by merit, not by bloodline. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Like
So
presidential
that's a very, very important, that's a very important distinction. Okay.
merit,
So
Marine Corps officer merit.
merit, not bloodline, not bloodline. Okay.
A presidential lifetime achievement award,
Right.
merit.
Yeah.
Sir Dr. Antoine,
Right.
merit.
The thing, yeah, the thing is, you know what I mean? It's like the sir is by merit. Okay. So that's important. It's because of humanitarian work that I did. That's why. That's why they knighted me, That's why, So I mean, I'm grateful, and it's interesting, and yeah.
And when you do that much humanitarian work, you end up being one of the top 100 doctors. Not in
Right.
America, not in Panama, not in Tortuga, in the world. Okay, it's in the world,
Right.
top 100 doctors in the world. And you're here on Life's Milkshake Moment. Is that probably why I said he's the whole franchise? That's for real, for real. And I think that this is a beautiful time to not only go in, as we say, and we're into our second hour. I tell you, I could talk to you forever just because you were that exciting. And I think
The thing is, the glory goes to the creator. Okay.
yes,
So all of these things, all of these awards and all of that, there's no way this would have happened without the creator. Okay.
because
So
you were full of passion, but that young boy seeing the fragility of life, being an assistant to his father who was a mortician, you
right.
saw the different side of the coin. And so often, like I said at our very beginning, Dr. Antoine, that you say, well, where do I begin? Well, you can make excuses or you can make reasons. And I want to honor you that you found reasons, so you had results. And as we're going into our second hour, what a beautiful time to just get our coffee on with our sponsor, Vibra 360, the real mushroom coffee, totally alkaline, totally all 6 mushroom blend. And if people want to know how in the world you keep your energy level, they say, well, it's VWorks 360 because I had a hand in making it. Let's get our coffee on. Executive health, executive wholeness. You are just the executive. So I think that when you were talking about these awards, and it's just so apparent that you have such a humble heart, Dr. Antoine, that it just happens because you know that you're on the path. One of the quotes that I have that I'm pretty well known for, that I believe is in our women's health book, and it's immerse yourself in the flow of who you are and how you are becoming. So if you don't know where to begin, ladies and gentlemen, I said, I would love to be a change maker. I don't know what to do. If you, as they say in The Secret, just one step in doing is better than a hundred things of just thinking about it. So just do you, and the rest will follow. It really will. And I think the way you've blended a couple of things that we haven't talked about here is how you've gone ahead and you blended science and nature, which that's what we have here, and IT in Canada. And so talk to us about your initiative with the developments in green matter and this eco-friendly technologies, whatever, because we've got to keep this world clean. And we've got to make sure that we take care of, we're custodians of this world. We only have one life and one world.
Yeah, I think it's a very Christian thing to do, and it's Green Matters Technologies. You can look it up. It's based in Vancouver. I've been the honor to be invited to be on the board as a director. So I'm a board director for the corporation. I really believe. I know the CEO, Michael, is a very, very good friend, very good person, a very special man. And this technology is really good. It's a no-brainer. You know, it's helping recycling the heat and air conditioning back into the building, any hotel or hospital or whatever. And we're talking financial. We're talking 81 to 82% reduction in bill, like financial cost for
82%.
maintaining the 81 to 82%. Okay, that's the financial incentive for this is enormous, and also it makes the building green, so it's cleaner. It's a no brainer. You know, I mean, I saw this as I studied the corporation. I went there. I saw the factory. I met the
You're a
engineers.
researcher. We know that
Yeah.
you study
Mm,
everything. You
yeah.
study everything. That's just you.
Yeah. Yeah, this company is amazing. Yeah. And the CEO is a very special man. I'm very, very close to him and his family. I know his family very well. I helped him with his family and his father. There's a beautiful story there. Yeah, it was it's a no-brainer. Just people just need to know, and there is no catch. Okay, there is no downside. If you are the owner of an hotel, hospital, or real estate owner, or whatever, you should know about it. It just makes your life a lot easier. You save a lot of money, and you make this planet greener. So
It's a
it's a
win. When is it green matter
it's
or green
it's a
matter?
win-win-win. It's a
Yes,
green matters. Yeah, green
I did
matters.
have it right the first time. I forgot to make this
Green
banner, so I
matters.
just want to
Yeah,
bring this
yeah,
up to
yeah.
our
I
screen
also,
because that's
yeah, we
huge.
also did we also did some documentaries. You know, the beyond physical matter.
Yes.
I'm an executive director there and a cast member. We did also another one, Beyond Physical Life, which is I don't know why they call it near death experience. I would say it's after death experience. I died when I was 18, which is another experience that really got me on the spiritual path very
That'll do
quickly.
it. That will do
Yeah,
it.
that would do it. It was a car
And
accident.
the
Yeah.
secret says,
Mhm.
the day I died. So
Yeah.
so at 18, what in the world happened?
Yeah, it was a car accident. So I was doing a summer job in the middle of France, and I was distributing spare parts for local mechanics. And so I was driving this truck, and I just got my driving license. I'm not supposed to drive too fast, but they put a lot of pressure on me to deliver the spare parts as quickly as possible, so they can satisfy the customers very quickly. I
Right.
drive fast. I drive very fast. I'm in this truck. The truck is very light. It's very windy. The road is very small, and the music is very loud. And then all of a sudden, I hear the voice of a woman. Okay, talking to me in French, saying, "You're not going to die today. You are born under a good star, and you still don't know the joy of being a father." And the presence was very calm. I mean, it was very loving, very peaceful. Didn't freak me out. But I do have to say it was spooky because I'm the only one in the truck. Okay, so no way.
Right.
The music is loud. Okay, so I'm hearing this woman like I'm hearing you, like very clearly, and clearly she was in the spirit world, and she was talking to me, like 30 seconds before the accident. She told me, "Don't worry, you're not gonna die
It's gonna be fine.
today,
It's gonna be
and
fine.
you're born." I was like, Why am I here? Why am I listening to? What's going on here?" So I had no clue I was about to die. So 30 seconds after I hear this woman talking to me and saying this from the spirit world, sure enough, I lose control of the truck in the turn, and a completely wild experience. I mean, the truck went on the ditch, and then the other side of the ditch, broke a telephone pole, turned perpendicular to the road, head first in the ditch. The concrete telephone pole is on the left. The truck goes up and hit the concrete telephone pole, makes the truck turn and land in the yard of the name of the person there. And then I was going backward, and I hit the tree, the only tree which prevented me from hitting the stone house, which would have killed me. When I
Okay.
opened my eyes, the tracks of the truck were in front of me, and
Oh,
the entire truck was destroyed. The entire truck was destroyed. There was so
sure.
much damage, and I had no broken bones, not even a scratch, not even a bruise, nothing. And I literally died. I saw myself whoop, but then I saw the life review. It's like a 360-degree hologram, and you leave everything that you've done and the people you've been with, and there's no escape. Like you basically, it's almost like there's a recording device out there, like recording what you do. It's recording everything, like, you're basically reliving everything, your intention, if you were good, not good, and all that, everything, your emotions, etc. So if you have hurt people, you are living what you've done to other people.
Mm.
Yeah. And so that freaked me out. That
At
I
18?
became, well,
Oh my
yeah.
goodness gracious.
And then it was very peaceful after that. But it was like infinite, like, and I didn't want to come back. I remember I didn't want to come back.
No.
I know, no way, because it was so dark. When I was going through when I was young, it was very dark. So I didn't want to come back. I was like, yeah, great. Okay, I'm out. Great, let's go. What's next? And I remember there was this presence which felt like a higher authority, really. And
Of
I
course.
was like, no, you have to go back. I was like, no, I don't want to go back. I said, yeah, you have to go back. No, I don't want to go back. Yes, you have to go
You're
back.
having
And then,
argument with
no,
the
they,
infinite.
they,
Oh
they
my goodness.
literally pushed me back in the body. Like, bang.
Dang.
And now I had no choice, really. I had to go back. And so then, boom, back in the body. And I woke up, and no bruise, no broken bones, not even a scratch. So the devastation, I mean, the yard was destroyed, the fence was destroyed, the truck was destroyed. So when a neighbor heard that and called, he saw the big brand for the car maker, Renault, and so he knew I was a delivery boy when I was 18. He called the headquarters over there and in the main city there, and said, well, your delivery boy had an accident, you better come here because it's a real mess. So I was sitting in the neighbor having like a coffee or tea, waiting. And when the guy came, they thought I was dead. They thought like they couldn't find my body. They was like, he's dead. How are we gonna tell his mom? Because
Right.
they knew my mother. So and they saw me walking like, hi. And I remember their face. They were like seeing a ghost or something. I mean, they were almost like turned white green. I mean, they couldn't believe it. They thought they were seeing a ghost, and so it was very funny. So they put me back. They were speechless. They didn't know what to say. So they got the truck. It was a towing truck. They got the broken truck on their towing truck, and then they drove me back to the headquarters there. Same deal when the mechanics, working on the car, they're turning like, and they were like, then they saw the truck. They were like, oh, the kid is dead. And then they see me walking out of a cabin of the truck, going, hey, and they were like,
I've got the part. I've got the
and they're
part.
like, hi. So I remember two of them were like, they dropped their tool. They were like,
I'm sure.
they couldn't believe it. So the big boss came, looked at me, looked at the truck, looked at me, and he started laughing. Like for 15 minutes, it was like a relief, like kind of a release thing. You
Sure.
know, he
The
was
stress.
laughing, and I knew, yeah, because it's just like it's a big, basically, they didn't know I was dead and came back. They thought that, well, they almost lost me. So that's a big deal. It's a small town. So he was laughing and 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 laughing, like for a long time, and then he stopped Then he looked at me and says, "Okay, go back home, take a hot bath, come back tomorrow. You have a brand new truck, and this time, don't destroy it. Okay?" I said, "Okay, yes, sir, thank you." So but the guy was wise. He knew that by having me driving right away would
Yeah.
prevent me from going into kind of PTSD mode, post-traumatic stress disorder. It's a known thing. If you have a car accident that traumatic, you need to drive right away.
Yes.
Otherwise you are like, almost like, you can't drive anymore kind of thing, So
Paralyzed. You're
yeah,
just you're stuck.
yeah,
Stuck.
yeah. So he did it. He did it. So I drove a brand new truck the next day, and here we go.
Here we go. And
So
what was the part? So you
yeah,
got to see
yeah,
our
yeah,
creator of all. And they said, no, you got pushed back. And aren't we blessed
yeah.
that you got pushed back because
Yeah. So
of,
I
of
I
war on
know
the other side?
after that experience, I know there's a creator. Okay?
Yes.
So it's not something I read in the Bible or read in the book. I know there is a higher authority. Okay?
You
And then
experience.
I know that there is no such thing as death. I know there is life after death because I experienced it. So, and then when you have something like this happen to you, you're kind of more psychic, you have this kind of premonition. I mean, there is something happening to you. It's good. It's not bad if you survive it. And then I was very determined to find answers. There was another strong incentive to go deep. Like I was tired of shallow stuff. I wanted to know more. I remember I was challenging the priest when I was, and at the time I was born and raised Catholic, and the priest couldn't answer all the question I had. It's like, how come this, and this, and this, and the priest was looking at me as this kid challenging me all the time. It's like, I just like, go away, just
Go
go
away.
away. Yeah, it just would not like. It
And
was
then
like,
he had
just
an
go
after,
away. Right,
a death experience came back to life. This priest
right.
did not handle you after that one.
Right. Yeah. So I did that documentary with my very good friend Daniel Brinkley, who died 3 times. He
Yes.
got struck by lightning.
Yes.
So I'm an executive director for that documentary. I'm also a cast member, and Daniel Brinkley is in it. We did a good job there. And now we're doing another documentary with my very good brother
Oh,
Tony.
should we
Tony
take a
and
minute and look at
Christina. Tony and Krista, the
this?
beautiful people,
Oh,
extraordinary
Tony and
people.
Christina. So
Right.
sorry
So
we started at the very beginning. Now we got to bring you into our second hour. Tony, the power of one, how we got connected. And I want to honor you, even though it was my husband's time to go and he was complete, that you were over in Japan. You took the time the night before he graduated to heaven, and that's how we really met on the phone, because you are that kind of soul, because and yes, our film, the Art of Manifestation film, will be debuting March 4th. So how did you just know that this would be such a great segue? Let's just take a look, take a feel, and take a listen to what we are doing with manifestation, because wow, that to me is something that is second to none. It's something that we have done that's just amazing. So it's happening now. Be with us in LA, March 4th. Thank you, Tony and Christina. And yes, they are some of the most beautiful souls on planet Earth.
absolutely amazing.
Well, I'm not
They
sure
they
why.
love people. They love people. And Tony is a star. I mean, superstar.
It's
Christina is amazing.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not letting me bring it up on the treat. So let's just talk about it. I know that you are an executive producer. I'm in the film. My partner, Dr. Jim Marinakis, Karen Rudolph is also. You were in West Palm Beach,
Mhm.
and doing before I went to Dubai, and you were doing this panel. So how is that, being able to be a part of this, that beautiful panel, as you would use that word, the beautiful panel that we had to do this, and it was so well received. Like, I'm surprised. Oh no, I'm not surprised at all. So how was that experience?
Oh, it's wonderful. So if Tony is magical, he loves people. He
Yes.
loves people so much. He's amazing, such an amazing human being. And we always we are brothers in the spirit, really. And then Christina is absolutely amazing. So we work very well together
Beautiful
with
team. Beautiful
Christian.
team.
There was a very good a director, Christian, his partner, beautiful man, also amazing partner. And Art of Manifestation, Art of Manifesting is a new documentary we are making. I'm also a cast member there and executive producer there. We're bringing more people in. And there's another one we are doing right now called Frequency of Miracles. That's going to come up soon also. Also with Tony. And it's looking good. And we're bringing Daniel too in it too. So in both, actually. That's good. So
Well,
I
and
was
you
able
know,
to bring Daniel. I was able to bring Daniel in both. Art manifest.
oh,
Daniel Daniel is a very important person, and I know he wants to go. He wants to go to the other side because he knows what it is. But he's on Earth. The creators not let him go before he finish his mission and what he has to do.
absolutely. And I haven't been hit by lightning 3 times, but I've
No,
hit it.
you don't need to. He needed that, but we don't.
Right. But I was hit by lightning once. And Dr. Jim has always said that's why you got close to source. It's just that way. So
That'll get it down. That will do it to you. Yeah, that definitely. Yeah. And the crazy case is he got in the hospital, medically, scientifically proven, clinically dead for 27 minutes, and he came back after being hit by lightning, and that
well,
happened more than once to him, which
he should
is
not have come. He should not have come back. But guess
well,
what?
the creator has
Yeah.
something to say about that. Yeah.
Yes, Damien didn't. So this is what I know about this beautiful debut. It's going to be at Jeremy Hoffman, Jason Estes Spa. Now they are authors in our first book, Healthopedia, in the financial pillar of health. And they have created this one of a kind rooftop spa, crystal floor, so it's grounded with copper wire to be grounded to the center of the earth. So we're going to get dressed up, and you don't have to wear an evening gown. You can just look handsome in a tux, but evening gowned up. It's March 4th. Mark your calendars, because not only is it going to be the debut in the red carpet experience, but you'll have a chance to experience over the weekend this one of a kind spa, do a group meditation, and so much more. So make sure that you go to the artofmanifestationfilm.com. You can bring this up and I'm going to do it just a different way. So just to keep talking about this filmmaking, how did you get a part of that in your blood? I want to know.
It came. It was a natural progression. I mean, it's part of the education, part of the raising awareness, part of what the creator really wants. And right now, I'm also working with Tim Ballard. I don't know if you know Tim Ballard, the one Sound of Freedom.
Yes.
Yeah. So he's a very good friend of mine. He's another brother in spirit, that one. And then we trying to get a documentary going together, And then that one is amazing. That man is amazing. So if we can get like Daniel Brinkley is amazing, Tim Ballard is amazing. Those guys, really genuine, real warriors. Like real spiritual warriors, like the real deal. And so I'm trying to get a documentary with them, with Tim. I know he has one coming up called The Hidden War. That's already in the movie theater. It's already in the movie theater, yeah. So we're trying to get another one, on the human trafficking piece, yeah, which is important.
And I think I was able to get this up so we can see, you can see the site. And I was going ahead and doing a different way, so that there's always a way to go in and make something happen here. And here we are. It doesn't want to do this, so maybe we're not going to do this time, but it's a-okay. It is the art of manifestation film. Go and join the waiting list. This is the secret, is going to be out of the art of manifestation coming in 2026. I know Christina and they are working very, very hard at this. I mean, really, that's not what I wanted to bring up, but at least you know that Aruba's next, right? So at any rate, I know that what we've got here is going to be second to none. I know that it's going to be a one of a kind, because you're a one of a kind guy. And by golly,
Thank you.
it's oh, you just are, because oh well, I think I want a project. I think I want this. I think I want that. I think I just figured out how to do this. So hang tight, hang tight, hang tight. If we go this way, and this way, here we go. Here we go. It may not be, it may not have the sound, but you know, isn't it true? They told you it was luck, but they were wrong, right? Dr. Antoine, we've got 20 of the world's leading voices. I'm honored to be a part. We will reveal the truth of creation itself. It's not wishful thinking. It's alignment. It's your soul. This is what we're talking about. The art of manifestation. We talked about this all along. It's not happenstance. It's the real chance. Join our inner circle. Go to the artofmanifestationfilm.com and you will find the hidden art. Why not practice it in your life for the rest of your life? We might as well, can't we? Let's just do our deal. Let's. So you're going to dress up in your tux. I'm going to dress up in my dress, but we're going to have a one of a kind time with a one of a kind man. And I know that speaking about a one of a kind time, I want to have you do a review, because I'm so honored that you are part of our book. You're part of our Real Men Aware. You know, we started out with Healthopedia. We trended on Google. Then we came above and did The Essence of a Woman, still top 10 in its category a year later on Amazon. And we sold out in 3 hours. Who knows, when we have an A-lister like Sir Dr. Antoine Chavalle, what's going to happen? So, you know how they say, do you like this dress or that? Are you ready? This has never been seen before. Here is one look for the cover. Real Men Are Aware, or do we want it just be on the top with no head? That's true. I know. if you go to our website, Healthopedia 365, you will see this picture that we started out with. Real Men Are Aware.
Nice.
That was cool, because it's really about, because it begins and happens in the mind.
That's right.
You know, if you want to be a real man, you want some real muscle behind it. We have launched this. We are so launched. We're looking for 3 great men that have a calling to join our main A-lister. Oh, who could that be? Could it be Dr. Chavalle, PhD, HP, and everything else in bag of tricks? But Dr. Antoine, this is the one I like best. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
I like one in the whitey tighties. It's just got a real, you know, it's got a real feel that he would feel secure enough to say, you know, I'm going to let a part of my whitey tighty show. And so which one do you like best? Tell me.
I like the one with the sun behind the head of the man, like the holy look.
The holy look, because you are kind of a holy man.
It's because the brain beats bronze, and you know what? The spirit is more important than the brain. So, and for a man, if you want to be conscious, there's no way you can be conscious without being spiritually integrated internally. So you need to integrate spiritually, and then you are a conscious male.
An integrative human, for sure. You know, show up, and this this lady says, okay, I know you from age 6, 7, 9, and you need to go meditate. But you listened. You listened. You listened to the spirit. That is, that is truly, truly outstanding. And so what I can say, that is something that's a one of a kind deal, And I've always said my why is better way. There's always a better way. And here we are going to Africa for Africa 259. When you said yes, what a special date. You know what?
There's music playing. There's music playing.
There's music playing, and then all of a sudden, this was Princess in her princessness, and I can tell you that being a part of this initiative, having someone that knows about Africa, knowing what you have with the GIS and all of that, being able to bring that when they want to bring clean air, clean water. Wait until the princess hears what we are bringing, because she will be queen. She will be queen on the 30th of November. And then we go here and rock their world with Africa 259. The country of Nigeria, but maybe the continent will never be the same. But I'll tell you, you know what will never be the same? And I want to just put this up for the princess, because it's a big deal. She wants to be a change maker. Many of you know what's been happening in her homeland in Africa, and she, being a Christian, wants to make a difference, and that's why she moved up her coronation. It was supposed to be in March. She moved it up to November so she can make a difference and be a change maker. So I want to just honor the beautiful princess for this, and we are going to have a good time. But I'm going to do. Can I just do one more ad for Healthopedia, because you have just brought in something amazing, Dr. Antoine. This is how we do retreats. So that was a recap of Crete. We had fun. We made a difference. Change maker. Did you see Tony out there? Of course, with the video. And by the way, that really was a 71-year-old great grandmother doing a cannonball. That was me.
That's beautiful. You guys radiates with joy and love. It's nice, beautiful.
And think about, okay, but wait, there's more. Guess who's going to Aruba with us? Dr. Antoine, I am so honored that you've said yes to teaching and training with us. It's going to be epic like nothing has been epicness before, just because you are epic.
Thank you. Aruba, where? Okay, cool. When is this?
Yes, Aruba, March 22nd to 29th.
March 22nd to 29th. Okay. Great.
Yes, because we all have a yearly upgrade for you. Why not? Why not have it with the change maker? Why not have it with a team that for 7 days, all 6 pillars of health. And what you've shown us here tonight is having the wind at your back. Might as well be on the windy rock. Now we're not having 100 people. We have one early bird. You can go to Healthopedia 365, all inclusive. That's the fee. The fee is the fee. When could you have a group of world changers that you'd have to spend $250,000 to be a part of this? That's what we're bringing to the worldwide, because we want to make the difference to be the world work for 100% of humanity in the shortest possible time through spontaneous cooperation without ecological effect or disadvantage to anyone, to make a difference, whether you've got to come, if you've got to come back from life or be pushed back into life, or just you need a life, because have that yearly upgrade for you. My wonderful, wonderful colleague that I met through Les Brown Coaching in our Platinum Circle, Jamie Kerr, said that we wait for our battery on our phone to be down to 1%, and then we find a plug. Okay, well,
That's right.
How about finding how to put that money in the savings account, so then when you go to the checking account,
Right.
that you have something left in the savings account. So please share any of your parting thoughts. My goodness gracious, this is one, ladies and gentlemen, you want to share this, like, subscribe, and share to us at Healthopedia 365 on YouTube, because Antoine, you truly, this is Antoine and Jody speaking. You are the ultimate spiritual being in that human experience. This is what you've shared today. You've got a full day ahead of you in Japan, but oh well, what are your final parting thoughts that you'd like to share? Just one last dose of herbal PEMF, spiritual, physical, any being of integrated wisdom that you may want to share.
Always remember that you're never alone, and you're a spiritual being, and you never die. So don't be afraid, no fear. You're a multidimensional spiritual being having a human experience. That's the most important. Know yourself first, and you'll know the universe. And then you need to know the enemy, but that would be another podcast.
Yeah, that was, that is for the, we're going to know the enemy, and the enemy are not us. But I can truthfully say, I want to put your website up here one more time, which, you can just go ahead and see that one post with the Dalai Lama, because he didn't need any more. But I mean, my goodness gracious, Chavalle, there's the one and only. And I want to give a shout out before I complete that beautiful video. All of our videos on Healthopedia channel are done by TitanProductions.com, and the wonderful, wonderful work that Robert Towns does, unlike any that I've ever seen in that arena. So join us if you wish to Africa 259 on the 9th through the 14th in Nigeria, to be with somebody who is a true change maker. But I want to I mentioned Jamie Kerr. I want to bring this up one more time. He said, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go with a team. But if you want to go fast and far, go with the right people. You are those right people. Dr. Antoine.
Thank you. Thank you.
If I call you Sir Doctor, if I call you Dr. Chavalle, White House physician, Marine officer, change maker, a true man in a human experience, because you are a physical being. So I just end with always saying, and each and every day, just make it a great Healthopedia kind of day. Ciao for now, because when we say ciao, we just say, because I will be a woman from this end to the other. So let's just take it out with a little bit of woman up. Woman up, 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 up.